Welcome to the Rink Report. It's brought to you by Ohio Credit Union. I'm Bob McElligott, along with Jody Shelley, as the Blue Jackets and the Tampa Bay Lightning prepare to play game number 5 of their series. And the Blue Jackets are now in a spot where they must win. One more loss, and their season comes to an end, and the Lightning would move on to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Jody, the Blue Jackets have been right in the last 2 games, and especially the last one they played a couple of days ago. They lose it 2-1. They're right there. It's almost like you're on the cusp, but you can't get it done. And a lot of that is because of the way Tampa is defending late in the game with the lead, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to give Tampa some credit. I mean, you have to give them a lot of credit because it's a team that changed almost half their lineup due to what happened to them by the Columbus Blue Jackets last season. They're a team that made 2 big acquisitions up front in Coleman, who we're seeing where his value is coming through on the third line, and Goodrow. And then 2 veteran defensemen, which I think at this time of year, veteran D, it can't be overstated and it can't be talked about enough. Shattenkirk is one, Bogosian is one. Both guys were bought out from their respective teams. And don't forget, McDonough went there a couple of years ago. So, yeah, they've done some good things. Credit them for some of the success and the failures so far with the Blue Jackets. But I still believe the Blue Jackets have more to give. And after the game the other day, Bob, game number 4, that was the most disappointed I felt because I thought they really could have won game 4.
Yeah, they could have won game 4. There's no doubt about it. And some of the guys that we're used to seeing contributing and coming up with big goals at big times, I think we're still 5 games into this thing waiting for one of them to come through in those situations. And 3 guys that jumped to mind quickly, Nick Foligno, then Boone Jenner, and Gus Nyquist, who was signed as a free agent last summer, and he's done some good things with this team. Him especially, a lot of handling the puck, a lot of spinning around with the puck on his stick, but he hasn't been able to find the back of the net.
Yeah, it's almost like he needs someone to lead him. And a lot of the times, Gus is the first guy up in the play with the puck, and you almost feel like he'd be better with the support guy, but there's no one there when he does get up there. Yeah, I just look at the game 4, the first power play that the Blue Jackets had. You put Stenlund in the lineup, and, Bemstrom comes out after he hit that post and just didn't have a great game after that. Stenlund's a shooter. He gets the puck immediately he's on the left side of the ice. He's a right-handed shot. He's on the interior of the dot at the top of the circle, and he looks to pass. And I'm thinking, all that guy should be thinking is shoot the puck. And they end up passing it around and forcing it into Foligno, and it gets broken up. And when the Blue Jackets have to come back into the zone and set up on the power play, they're having a tough time doing that. They're having a tough time getting set up. So, listen, when you get in the zone, it's at a premium, especially a shot, and especially Stenlund, who's seen his first playoff time this season. Those are critical moments. So, for me, there's a couple mental lapses, and especially you talked about Jenner and Foligno, guys we love, guys that bring energy. But, boy, they just seem to be behind it a little bit yesterday or the other day for whatever reason, and they seem to be late on their shots. So, yeah, listen, this is a 1-game season. The season is 1 game long. That's it. They have an opportunity in front of them. Life is very simple at this point. Win today. Go and win, and that's it. And you can add them up and collect them up after, but don't lose. Losing is no option. Look for a much more desperate team led by Foligno and Jenner.
With Kevin Stenlund, we saw him in the regular season take those shots on the power play. Of course, that is the regular season. And even though it's his first year playing a lot of games in the NHL, I would imagine it's easy to get nervous in a playoff game, maybe look to a veteran to make a pass to instead of taking the shot, something that comes maybe second nature to you in a game in December that maybe it doesn't matter if you win or loss, is quite different when there's heavy implications as to winning and losing in the playoffs.
It's not a time to defer to someone else or hesitate and hope you're going to make the right play and hope no one gets mad at you. It's time to get a little selfish. And I really think that if the Blue Jackets come out the way they did last game in game 4 and direct everything at the netminder, everything they've got to throw at Vasilevsky and then crash. I mean, it sounds like such a basic formula, but they cannot pass up a shot. They cannot try to make that change the angle and get them to move. just simply start whipping pucks at Vasilevsky and getting in there. It puts pressure on the D because, listen, if I'm shooting the puck at the net, I'm facing the net. The defenseman has to turn and find the puck after the goalie reacts. And then the rebound, it's in my advantage, my favor to go find that puck. So it needs to be, the stress needs to be play in the offensive zone and funnel pucks. And the Blue Jackets are at the best, and we talk about it all the time, Bob. When the defensemen are standing on the blue line on their toes, when Tampa's trying to exit or any team's trying to exit and they can't get out, the Blue Jackets just roll. They wear them down. They outchange them. There just seems to be a rhythm to their game, and they need to do that for the entire game here in Game 5.
You know, and when they started Game 4 and they had what looked to be the first goal of the game, I thought they were rolling. And it was not just the goal. It was the way they scored the goal. It's just what you said. Took the shot, got the rebound off the goaltender, and Bjorkstrand put it back in. Then they go look at it. It's an offside play, and they take it off the board. And it seemed like Tampa got some immediate jump right there. But what surprised me and disappointed me was, as good as that goal was, as far as that met all the criteria of how to score in this series, they didn't do it again.
I know. And I look at the Atkinson goal, and I really liked it. Cam bumped the goalie. The puck goes in. Okay, that's a greasy goal. That's as greasy as they come. Go watch any wonderful Stanley Cup series where they put out the limited edition of the Road to the Stanley Cup, and you're going to see more of those goals than any other goals you'll see. You're not going to see the 5 guys passing, tap it in back door. You know, you're going to see grind and grit and bump and rebound goals. So exactly, that's what they have to do. The how they came out after Tampa had a solid shift in the offensive zone. Dubois' line came out, and it looked like it was their day. They were going to control the entire day, and it ended up halfway through the game. Texier loses ice time. Things are all over the map. So refocus, and maybe that rattled Texier, that offside, to a point where he just tried to do too much. Because, you know, his buddy Bjorkstrand just celebrated like, you know, we saw the enthusiasm. And you look at Texier, and he's offside, close offside. But maybe he rattled himself a little and tried to do too much and took himself out of the game.
So the key to this game today, basically, is what you're saying, simplify. If they can simplify, and that's what they are. They're a simple team. At their core, they are a simple team. Is that the most important thing to do today?
It is. And then there's no worse team to play against than a team like the Blue Jackets, who understand what they are, but then when they get in the offensive zone, it's heavy, heavy, heavy. Hard shots off the goalie. It doesn't matter if it's off the mask or the toe or the blocker or through the back of the net, and then crash and get the puck back. You know, when you think of Jenner, it's him first on the puck, winning a battle, getting support, you know, the D coming down the boards. It doesn't happen unless you can set up and get the defensive zone spinning. You're doing them a favor, the Lightning a favor, by dumping the puck in, them going back and supporting each other, playing it off the wall and flipping it out. When you can play it off the goalie and keep it simple and get in there and grind and put your nose in there, yes, it's hard to play against. It sounds basic. It's hard to do, but this team can do it.
And let's see if they're up for it early in the day today. And let's see if they're up for staying in the bubble. Everybody wants to stay in the bubble. Nobody wants to leave. And the Blue Jackets will have that desperation today. Jody, thank you very much. Can't wait to see this one. Jody Shelley is going to be on Fox Sports Ohio, and I'm going to be on the Blue Jackets radio network. The game gets underway at noon, so high noon. It's going to be a shootout, maybe, in Toronto, the Blue Jackets and the Lightning, Game 5. This has been the Rink Report. It's been presented by Ohio Credit Union. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.